course, you're still locked in. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're celebrating South Africans. Now, something that's proudly South African is the mission to stimulate our economy by encouraging us to buy local, which speaks for itself, which is why they have only made 2 TV commercials, and it's a no-brainer that iconic veteran actor John Kani has appeared in both of them, as he is as passionate about buying local as we are.
That's right, and Proudly South African is hosting their 9th annual Buy Local Summit and Expo in the midst of their 20th anniversary. And Dr. Kani is joining us now via video call ahead of introducing today's panel that will be discussing their journey and growth. Dr. John Kani, good morning.
And good morning to both of you.
Dr. John Kani, we want to know from you what compelled you to become involved in the first Proudly South African commercial, and what are some of the merits of having a national Buy Local campaign?
I was born in New Brighton, Port Elizabeth. My mum and my dad were born in this country. So I am South African. I am a South African product. When I started my acting career, I studied Shakespeare, I studied contemporary theater, I studied film, but one thing that I didn't have to study is to be me, the South African product. I understand how important, how critical, how urgent, how imperative is for the economy of this country to grow again in order to create jobs, in order to create opportunities, in order to create for young people, entrepreneurs. It's buy South African. It's simple to me. It's just buy local. That means then the production line will move as soon as I buy local.
I love that.
I absolutely love that. Now, I can't ask you enough, and you've already mentioned, obviously, the importance of buying local for yourself, but for all the other South Africans there to encourage us to get behind it, what would be your reasoning for that?
Look, we cannot underestimate the impact of COVID-19 in the economy of this country. We were in trouble even prior COVID-19. We were in sort of a virtual recession. We know that there is a tendency of not even being aware that you are buying local or non-local. Everybody should be excited, passionate about buying South Africa, because each product you buy, the value chain runs so fast that it creates a job before you leave the store.
And I know, as an artist, you came back to play a presidential figure in last year's Proudly South African commercial, which was encouraging people to stimulate the local economy in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, what we want to know is, what did conveying that message mean to you, especially during the tough times that we've been through?
Many, many times I get asked to do a lot of things. I get to speak, I get to perform, I get to act, I get to do things. There are certain times when I'm asked to serve as a South African, not just perhaps as an actor or a famous actor or an icon or legend, all that nonsense that surrounds my existence and my name. So when I do the call to buy South African, especially in the last one, I had this image of me like Cyril Ramaphosa addressing the nation, and I knew this was my opportunity to serve. This is my opportunity to give much more than self, to ask everybody around me in this country to get the clarion call. I'm asking the retailer to put the South African product center stage in their stores at eye level, so that's what I see when I walk through the aisles first, instead of having to bend down or to look up to find it. If you put it there, it would mean it's important to you as a retailer, it's important to me as a consumer.
I love that, and it's so necessary, and such a small change that big giants can make to really promote local products in their stores.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. Now listen, John Kani, I've got to say, man, you've been an absolutely incredible servant to our country, and we've spoken about being proud of our local products, and I've got to remark on how you are just truly one of our proudly South African exports to the world, as you mentioned earlier. And you're also a Mzansi icon, and the world has obviously witnessed your legendary talent on an even greater scale. I mean, you've starred in 2 Marvel films, as well as that Lion King remake, man, just to name a few of the incredible successes. But what does this level of success after 5 decades of being in the entertainment industry mean to you?
It's the wonderful thing that I do that I value most. is to be communicating with my people, communicating with the next generation, the present generation, and talk about issues that are critical. So I always find that spin in everything I do that represents Africa.
Oh, well, Dr. Kani, I can listen to you talk all day. And you know what? I'm hanging on to every single word you're saying because you're imparting such wonderful advice. And hopefully you at home can take part in the conversation around stimulating our economy during this tough economic period. You can access all of the events taking place during the 9th annual Buy Local Summit and Expo for absolutely free. Simply visit